I think I still have my train of thought. It's always exciting here at Nerium. Yes. This happened in St. Louis as well, only it was a gas leak, so. And getting 15,000 people out. Mary, your sweater is awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so we're talking about corporate calls. Awesome. So when I first got started, I didn't listen to the corporate calls. Like I said, I just didn't think that I wanted to spend 3 hours with my phone stuck to my ear. And so I was talking to Whitney one day, and I was kind of complaining about how things were going. And so he said, well, let me ask you a question. What do you think you're doing well? And I said, well, I'm listening to, I'm reading my emails, and I'm contacting 2 people a day. I'm posting on Facebook. And he's like, well, all those things are great. He goes, are you listening to the corporate calls? Actually, I asked him a question that was like, they just talked about it on the corporate call. And just so you know, you might want to at least know when the corporate calls are, because when you call your sponsor, when the corporate call is on, that's a clue that you're not on it. So that's never good. So if you ever call me when there's a corporate call, my answer is going to be, I'm on the corporate call, why aren't you? So just at least, just jot down when they are so you know not to call your sponsor. But Aaron told me that, he said, you need to listen to these calls, Raelyn, because if you want to grow your business like you say you do, everyone that makes $10,000 a month is on these calls. And then he said, what if I gave you $10,000 a month to listen to those 3 calls? Would you listen to them? Well, yeah, of course. And so that's a clue that these are necessary. And so he gave me another clue. He said, you should go out and get yourself a Bluetooth headset. And I never really had a need for that before. So the next day, again, me thinking, if he's making that much money, and he's telling me to go get a Bluetooth headset, it's probably something I need to do. So I went the very next day, and I got myself a Bluetooth headset, and if I lost my headset today, I would go buy another one tomorrow. It's part of my outfit every day. It's not cute, but it is part of my outfit every day. And because I didn't want to hold the phone to my ear, I now have a phablet. Like, I have this huge, gigantic phone that I would never. I know Mike's really happy that I converted from iPhone to a Samsung. Yes. I'm a Droid girl now. And it still sounds kind of weird, but I don't want to hold an iPad to my phone, to my face, and talk to people. So I told Aaron, I said, for 60 days, I will commit to listening to every corporate call. I won't miss one. And if I do, I will listen to the replay as soon as humanly possible. And it absolutely changed things for me. I got smarter, I got better, I got inspired, I got more belief than I already had, and I got hooked. And about a week in, I realized that those corporate calls were not a pain in the you-know-what. Those were a gift. A gift that the company does not have to give us. Do you think Jeff Olson has better things to do than get on calls every week? Do you think Mark Smith needs more money? I mean, they could send us a box with a couple of CDs and go, good luck to you. But every single week, they give us an opportunity to get better. And, I mean, let's just be honest. How many people take them up on it? That's not very many. Put them up! I mean, I don't want you to lie about it. But if you didn't raise your hand, I want you to think about that. It's a gift. Every week, a gift. A gift to make you better. A gift to make your family better. A gift to give you the opportunity to do things that you could never do in corporate America. Never. I don't know how many stores I would have to open in a boutique setting to make the kind of money that Mike and I are about to make. And you know how many headaches I would have from that? How many nightmares, how many people would be stealing from me? How many people, because I couldn't be everywhere all the time. It would be a nightmare. It could be done, but please don't make me. I don't want to. I wouldn't get up, I wouldn't pop out of bed happy every day to help people. I would wake up every day and go, oh, which location do I have to go to today? You know, that's not something I want to do. So take these calls. Everybody, probably, maybe not everybody knows, but if you haven't already, text the word REAL to 59769. They give you text message alerts about the call. So there's really no reason why you shouldn't be listening to these calls. So the next time, I want you to do me a favor. The next time that you get an alert, because I know y'all do this, you get an alert on your phone that there's a corporate call in 30 minutes, and you go, disregard, or I want you to hear my voice in your head. And I want you to look at that and look at it and go, this is a gift. Open it. Call it. You might be surprised. You might need to be, the thing that you need to hear that day is on that call. You know, a lot of times when you open a book, you get your Bible out and you open a page. Isn't it cool that exactly where you open your book is exactly what you needed to hear? It's a gift. So change your mindset about that a little bit. Or I challenge you to, anyway. Read corporate emails, that's easy. Corporate emails are awesome right now. They're so much better than they used to be. They used to be all over the place. You really didn't know what they were talking about. It was really long. Now they have like topics, hot topics at the top. So you kind of know. It has pictures, it's interactive, really fun to look at. It takes you like 3 minutes to read it. I know that the corporate calls, those require a commitment for you to get on those calls and to listen and want to get better. I'm not going to give you any excuse not to read an email, because that's ridiculous. I mean, you can do that, you know, any time, anywhere. We all have our phones connected to our hips. By the way, I want to tell you guys right now, you have no idea how much it means to me that you're all looking at me with such smiling, loving faces right now. We get stuck in our heads are in our phones so much. And I love that you guys are not looking at your phones right now. So, personal development. Where's my book? Oh, I think it's maybe over there. Who was not at the last convention in Long Beach? Okay, so quite a few people. We had John Maxwell was one of our speakers. Wow. Like, I could listen to him forever. I was so sad when he ended his speech, because you just want more and more and more. And so he said that he had some of his books for sale in the Nerium store. You know, there are some people that didn't go get one. I don't know why. I went and bought all 3. And I have one, Mike has one, and we gave one to Connor. And so I have read this book. This is my second time. I'm almost done with my second time. I'm not a reader. I have never been a reader. Probably before Nerium, the last book I read, I had to get grade. I don't like to sit still I don't sit still very well. I always felt, before Nerium, I always felt like reading a book was idle, nothing. it wasn't really getting me anywhere. So Mike will tell you that even when we sat down when I was in my boutique business, we sat down to watch a movie, I was never idle. I was always pricing something, looking at my iPad, always doing more than one thing. And I think our brains are trained that way now. On CNN, you have this like breaking story, and it's like, wow, we got to hear this. But then there's like this ticker tape at the bottom. So we got to read that too. It's not like the breaking news isn't important enough. Now we got to read something else. So I think, for me to sit down, to get up maybe a little earlier in the morning, stay up a little late at night. But my favorite time is to get up in the morning, grab myself a cappuccino, go in now it's awesome because I can turn the Christmas lights on and read my book. So I start my day with getting better. So, I remember Jeff Olson said one time that he was going to tell people what his favorite personal development book was. Jeff Olson. He's been around personal development a lot. Seen a lot of speakers, he's published books, he's put TV shows on. He had, if you don't know this, he had a company called the People's Network. It's all it was, it's a personal development company. So when Jeff Olson says, my favorite book is The Untethered Soul, that's right. Why everybody didn't go out and buy it, I don't know. Jessica has it. A lot of people have it. So when John Maxwell gets up and inspires me like crazy, you just want more of that. So this reading is out of my comfort zone for sure. Not something I thought was important, not something I wanted to do. Now I love it. I love it. As soon as I get done with this, I'm stealing Mike's book. We'll trade. Got a great idea the other day that Lori Dillon said that she had given her kids the Success for Teens books in their Easter baskets, I think, last year. And neither one of her kids have opened it. So she's going to go find those books and wrap them and put them under the Christmas tree this year. So I told Mike we're going to do that with Connor because he's been super busy with school and just got done with finals yesterday. So now I know he has some time. And so we're going to wrap it up because, it comes from, we talk about being leaders in our business, but being leaders in our home is equally or more important. So, when he sees us doing things and he sees the importance that we put on it, you take heed to what your parents put importance on. You might not agree with all of it, but you do take notice. So I am going to go find that book and I'm going to put it under the tree for him again. So if you guys don't have a good personal development book, again, I'm going to encourage you and try to inspire you to get up every day and grow. He talks about in this book about a rubber band, and that a rubber band does not work unless you stretch it. If somebody gave you a rubber band, it's all limp and doesn't have a shape, and it's like, well, what am I going to do with this? But then you wrap it around something, and you're like, that is a really useful thing. So stretch yourself. Be that rubber band. Stretch it out a little bit. I took it off to bring it here today, but I had a rubber band on my book. And just to remind me of that. So every time I get the book out, I have to take the rubber band off. So, whatever works for you. You don't have to do that, but, I put little tabs here on things that, stood out to me. And maybe when I pass it on to Mike, maybe they'll stand out to him, maybe they won't. I don't know. But I hope he does the same for me. Because I would like to know what inspires my husband when he read the book. Because that's important to me as well. So I'm going to encourage Connor to do the same thing. And I want to read his book. And I want to know what inspires my son. Because how cool is that? I'm getting inspired by John Maxwell, and I'm getting inspired by my husband, and I'm getting inspired by my son. I just think that's cool. Promote the product. My favorite topic ever. Okay. We get free inventory, and that's awesome. Who thinks that's a cool thing? Free inventory. Who thinks it's really cool to decorate shelves with it? Decorate shelves? You know, like you put it on a shelf and you decorate it. I see some people post on Facebook like they make a Christmas tree out of all their bottles. That makes me sad. Why do you have that many bottles to make a Christmas tree? You should have those out in people's hands for Christmas. So, product prospecting system. It's the backbone of our business. It's what we all need to get back to. We all need to get back to sharing our bottles with people. They're free. Give them away. Who cares? What if I don't get it back? Who cares? You paid $10 for it at most. Most of the time you get more than one bottle, so you might have paid $2 for it. So get it out to people, especially during the holiday season. You see so many people that you haven't seen in a while. You know, if you don't have a bag of Nerium going to every party that you're at, you're cray. So let me give you something to think about. If you go to a restaurant, you and your spouse or family, you sit down to a restaurant, the waitress comes over and she takes your order. She comes back and she delivers your drinks and you never see her again. You can't find her. She's gone. Your tea glass is empty, your steak is cold, wasn't cooked right, she's gone. You want to leave, you want to get out of there, you can't find her, get your ticket, you have to go to the manager to find out, where's my waitress? I haven't seen her since she took our order. How would you feel about that waitress? Would you give her a good tip? Would you think, wow, that girl is good. She likes her job. That's what every one of us are doing. If we get a customer and we go, woohoo, I got a customer. And then you never talk to them again. Is that person thinking, wow, that girl's good. She's invested in what she's doing. She wants me to know more about this product when I give it back to her than when I dropped it off, or when she dropped it off. This girl is in it. Because you know, every customer is a potential brand partner, right? So you're teaching your customer from the very beginning how you treat your business. So if you drop off a bottle on Monday and you go back Saturday and pick it up and you're like, so, Gigi, what'd you think? She's going to be like, I think you're a crappy Nerium rep. I mean, you got to know they think that. Because you did nothing. You just dropped it off and you hope that they are using it properly. You hope they're even using it. So she's going to hand it back to me not knowing anything more than she did when I dropped it off to her on Monday. So this is what I do. I shared with you guys last month. I'm sure a lot of other people have systems on how they do things, but this is just what I do. Drop the bottle off on Monday. I give her a lot of information. I tell her how, I put a little sample on her hand to have her smell it. We talk about the scent, how it's botanical, how it, is earthy, smells like cucumbers. I tell her that she's not going to get results in 5 days. Not going to happen. I say, this is an experience. I'm stealing this from Jen. Jen always says, a Nerium experience. She says it all the time. Even when her and I are in the car. Never comes out of her mouth any other way. It's not a trial. A trial means it may or may not work. It's not a sample. The samples are free, and they don't mean anything. You have to give value to what you're giving them. With your actions, with your delivery, with the information that you leave behind them with them. All of these things have to give value to your customer. Because there's a lot of other things they can put on their skin. A lot of other people that they can buy from. A lot of other Nerium reps they can buy from. People buy things from people that they like and that are invested in what they do. Do you think that Mike and I would have brought Lance, our Lexus guy, up in front of the room if he was a crappy salesperson? No. But, he checks in with us. He sends us little cards. I'm sure Lexus tells him to do it, but who cares? Jeff Olson tells us to do this. So most people are not cultivating their customers, and customers are where it's at. Anna Woodward did a fantastic call the other day on the senior director call. And all about ADOs, and how ADOs mean a lot. Mike and I have 1,000 people in our organization. What's 1,000 ADOs? Just ADOs. Not to mention how many people come into the business every month in our organization. Just ADOs. And I want to retake that. I don't want to say just ADOs. ADOs. Every brand partner that has one, every customer that has one, every customer's customer that has one, that is building your book of business. They're important. Treat them importantly. How many people, how many people have too many customers to send them a personal note for the holidays? No one. No one has too many customers to do that. It's Christmas. They've been supporting your business for months. Send them a personal note. Do it for no reason. Do it February 10th for no reason. You know how cool it is to get a card in the mail these days? Everybody's electronic. Everybody sends it, On my birthday, I love it that I get so many Facebook messages, but I love it more when someone actually picks up the phone and calls me. My mother-in-law is so awesome. She always calls and sings to us on our birthday. She has a terrible voice. But she's cute, and I love her for that. I look forward to her calling me on my birthday and singing. And I love it how she calls my husband, and I know what she's doing just by the look on his face. And you got to sit there, and she sings the whole thing. The whole thing, doesn't she, babe? So do those extra little things. My dad told me that multi-level marketing was creepy and weird. He was wrong. He also told me that whatever you want to be in life, whatever you decide to do, just do it a tiny bit better than everyone else, and you will be successful. Just a little bit. So all of you could live in our neighborhood, but if I do it a little bit better than everybody in my neighborhood, I'm still going to be the best. So do those little extra things. So when I drop off the bottle, I tell her all kinds of information, and I tell her, Gigi, tonight I'm going to text you around 9 o'clock. Is that okay with you? And she says, yes, that's great. I say, cool. Okay, I'm going to text you tonight and remind you to use your Nerium, because I know it's out of your normal routine, so I'm just going to send you a little quick text if that's okay. I'm going to take her picture. Unless she throws a fit and starts kicking and screaming on the floor, I'm going to take her before pictures right there. And I'm going to show her some other before and after pictures and show her how that's all we do is rely on before and after pictures. We love before and after pictures. And that's one of the reasons I was interested in the business, because no one else had ever asked me to take my before and after picture. I'm going to ask Gigi, of all the products that you've ever used before in your lifetime, all the products you have in your bathroom, has any of those products, any of those companies ever asked you to take a picture? And she's, of course, going to say no. Imagine if you went into, any of us ladies, or men, or even in the room, if you went into the mall at Christmas, your Christmas shopping, and you go to the Clinique counter, and they have floor-to-ceiling before and after pictures spinning around with lights shining on them. There would be a line at the Clinique counter. Everybody would buy it. If they went up to the counter and said, are you serious? Your product does this? People would buy it like crazy. The reason Clinique doesn't do that, they have the money to do that, but they can't, because they don't have before and after pictures. They don't get results like we do. So if you guys aren't sharing before and after pictures with your prospects that you're sampling the product to, that's crazy. Put together a before and after. Go to the dollar store and get a little photo album. Print off some before and after pictures and leave them with those pictures during that 5 days. And by the way, don't give people your product for 2 weeks. That's nuts. That shows that you don't really need it back. It devalues what you're giving them. And if you say, I can let you use it for 5 nights, I'm kind of like the Nerium Nazi when it comes to that. I don't let people use it for 2 weeks, because that's one more person that's not using it. So, you know, I loved how somebody said, if you dropped your Lexus keys off, if I dropped my Lexus keys off with Lance and let him drive my car for 5 nights, don't you think I'd go back and get the keys in 5 days? Like, that's how important you need to make this. Okay, so then the next morning I say, Gigi, and in the morning I'm going to text you about 10 a.m. and I'm going to see what you like best about your first night, your first Nerium experience night. And so she knows, I've set the expectation. She knows that I'm going to be texting her that night to remind her. She knows I'm going to be texting her the next morning to ask what she liked best. So she doesn't use it. You know, people rise to your expectations. When we go to school, we always want to please the teacher, right? So when you set the expectation, people will rise to it. So the third day, so that's the second day, I ask her, what do you like best? On day 3, I don't bother her. I don't send her anything. I don't blow her phone up or anything. But on day 4, I send her the best. I go to my back office and I look at the best video that I think I can send Gigi. Of all that she shared with me, what do I think that the one video that's going to speak to her most? People ask me, what's your favorite video? I don't have a favorite video. I like all of them. And you guys should always, you should go back in your back office and watch them and figure out, there's some I like more than others, but I am going to pick the one that I like best for each individual person. I'm not going to go, I always send the Reflect Your Youth. Why would I do that? And there's esthetician videos, there's science videos, there's videos about money, there's videos about travel, whatever that she shared with me that she's interested in, that's what I need to send to her. So when I go back to get it from her on Friday or Saturday, whenever we decide to meet up again, she's going to know a lot more about my product, and she's going to know that girl is in the business. That girl cares about her customers. And if I need her, if I need something, if I have a question, I know that she's going to be available to talk to me. So, and have fun. Have fun, you guys. Have fun. So many times I hear people, they're like on the phone with me, and I'm like, I just feel like tense when I'm talking to them, because I'm like, God, you're selling skincare, y'all. Like, you're not rocket scientists. Maybe some of you are. We're not changing the world, well, we are one day sometime, but, we need to lighten it up a little bit. So in lieu of lightening things up a little bit, Jen and I have been best friends forever and ever and ever, and I love her to death. And every time we get together, I look forward to it. Every time. And I love her family. I love her girls. I love Tony. And we have some shenanigans when we get together. And some we can share with you and some we can't. But we're gonna share a couple with you right now. Hold on. Oh, bummer. Oh. Oh, yay. You've been my Nerium customer for several months now, And I know that you said a couple weeks ago that you were looking to make some extra income, and you might go out and even have to get a part-time job. Yeah. So I sent you a video the other day about our business. So what do you think?
Well, I saw all those videos. I watched them. Really cool people on those videos. They look like a lot of fun to hang out with, and it looks like a really exciting opportunity. But I tell you, my biggest challenge is my biggest challenge is I just don't really know very many people. Oh my gosh, you know, it's the holidays, and like everybody wants to wish you Merry Christmas. So I'm sorry about that. But I just don't really know very many people. Okay. So I just think I'd be very successful.
Well, I think you're super social. I mean, we always have fun together, and I know you have a nice office that you work in with. There's a bunch of girls that work in there, and your daughter's on the dance team, and they dance, and so you know a lot of dance moms, and you go to church, and you know, I feel like you probably know a lot more people. Your phone is blowing up, girl.
I know.
What the French toast? You say you don't have friends, and your phone has been blowing up the whole time we've been chatting. Oh,
well, I guess I could. I don't know. Do you think like? Well, do you think that many people would really be interested?
Do any of those people that are texting you have skin?
Of course, they all have skin.
Okay, then. There you go.
Well, I guess it's something I should definitely consider. Yeah, these are a lot of people. I would have never thought to approach them with the business or the product. Yeah, maybe I should look into this.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. I'm dying to do this.
Woo!
So Thelma, what did you think of your 5-day experience with Nerium?
Well, Louise, I really did like it. I love the way it smelled, and I like the way my skin felt really soft in the morning. But I hate to tell you this, but I got up the next morning after I washed it off, and I got on the internet, and I saw that Nerium's poisonous.
Really? That's interesting that would concern you.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about the internet. You can find any kind of information you'd like on there. It just depends on like who has the motive. So, for instance, those cigarettes you're smoking. Have you ever looked up how those are on the internet?
No, is there stuff about cigarettes on the internet?
I think you would find a lot of information about cigarettes on the internet.
I know they're not good for me, but I don't think they're poisonous.
Interesting. Well, okay, well, I would highly encourage you to do a little research on your cigarettes. And I love rum chata.
Oh, I know, it's great.
Awesome.
I drink it morning, noon, and night.
Oh my gosh, I'm with you. But you know,
you put that in your coffee. Oh, really, this is fantastic.
Hot chocolate is amazing.
Yeah.
And but you know, that's really not good for our liver.
So. Yeah, I know. So, maybe I will revisit that. I see what you're saying. I know that you can find anything bad on the internet, so I'll take your advice. I'll go and do some more research. Maybe you could send me something, maybe some documentation that you might have from your company.
I've got tons. Okay. We've got great documentation that shows that they tested our product and there are absolutely no toxins in it. The Nerium that you looked up, actually, there's one plant that has some toxins associated in it. That's okay. And there's 30 breeds of Nerium, but only one kind has some toxins associated with it, and of course we don't use that. So, and just a little food for thought. Have you ever been to Walt Disney World?
Oh, I have.
Okay, so all over Walt Disney World, there are these beautiful pink flowering oleander plants. So I don't know if you've ever heard of like Make-A-Wish, but there's all kinds of foundations that send very ill children to Disney World.
There are a lot of kids at Disney World.
Yeah. So do you think they'd really put a toxic plant in contact with all those sick children?
That's a good point. You've made a lot of good points, and I did like the product.
Good.
So I am going to go back and do some research, and I'm going to look at my cigarettes.
Yeah, look up your cigarettes. You'll find some very interesting information on those. Give me a sweet of that.
Okay. There you go.
Cheers. Cheers.
gotta have fun. If you're not having fun in your business, you're doing it wrong. You know, talk about with your brand partners, talk about, you know, objections that you might be getting, and just have fun with them. So, you know, we did a couple of these videos a year or so ago, a couple of years ago maybe, and we posted them on our team page, and it was fun. We had a good time. It's all things that we hear, you know, it's poisonous, it's a pyramid scheme, it's this, it's that. Whatever challenges you might get, you have to, you know, come up with comebacks. So maybe get together with your brand partners and have a little chat one day about just how to overcome objections. You know, I mean, just little things like that. They're fun. Make it fun. You know, I mean, and we're being silly, but you can be silly like that with your friends. You know, I literally had a lady that told me it was poisonous while she was drinking a 2-liter of diet soda. And she did not have a problem with that at all. You know, I'm like, girlfriend, I think that you need to be worrying about what's in your straw a lot more than what you're putting on your face. Ask people when they say it's poisonous, go, you know, they want to know all the ingredients. You know, well, what are in the ingredients of the current product that you're using? They have no idea. They have no idea. So, you know, just the point of that is, you know, just get to know what your challenges are, have fun. We just wanted to do that little fun thing for you. Oh. What happened? All right, the Nerium firm. You don't want to sample the firm because people will go squirt it all out and put it all over your body. So it's not something that you want to sample the firm, but you want to, you know, share before and after pictures just like we do with the other product. Emphasize that we have a 30-day money-back guarantee and encourage them to get on the ADO after you sell them the bottle. The good thing with the pack that they have out right now, they can sell their firm bottles for retail and then sign the person up for an ADO next month, and you get half your money back in your pack. So selling those bottles of firm, you just want to sell them retail. So if you have made a mistake and you're sampling out the firm, don't do that. Don't do that because there's no way to, like, you know, kind of measure, you know, and somebody's thighs could be really big, and then you get. Sorry, that was not nice. Promote the opportunity. We shared this last time, and I'm going to be, we're going to be raffling off one of these later. But all we did is pulled up, if you go to your back office and you pull up if you pull up the success planner in your back office, you can print off a success planner. You just take a screenshot of this page and you take it to Costco or Sam's or Staples, whatever, Office Max, and you have them print this off as a poster, and you hang it up, and you put your prospects on Post-it notes. Everybody that you contact, you put their name on it, and you stick them on this little wheel. And it really is a good visual for your business. And so if you're contacting your 2 a day, and every day you're putting 2 Post-it notes on this wheel, and so you pique their interest, you get them about 2% interested in what you're doing. You give them a third-party tool, right? Because we don't want to, you know, talk too much. You always be handing somebody a tool. You set the follow-up, get them on a 3-way call, and sponsor them. You got to move people through this wheel. Because there are going to be people that sign up the very first time you talk to them, but that doesn't happen very often. Most people have to go through the process. Just like you probably went through a process. We went through a process. If Mindy had stopped the process after I told her no the first time, we wouldn't be here today. So I don't know where Mindy went. She thinks she went to the bathroom, but thank God she didn't stop. Thank God she went through the wheel, or our life would not be the way it is today. So think about that. Like, if I drop the ball, I'm taking that person out of the game. I'm taking that opportunity that I just gave them a glimpse of, and now I'm taking it away because I didn't follow up with them. So I would really encourage you guys to do that. Again, not everybody will do it. Some of you will, some of you won't. Why wouldn't you? It's working. I'm telling you, it's working. All you have to do is take a screenshot, send it to Staples, and they'll print you one. It's real simple. Or hopefully I'll draw your number and you'll get one today, and you don't have to do that. But the people who I don't draw their number, you should go do this. It works. It's a visual. It's awesome. Label your tools. That's pretty self-explanatory. You don't want to hand somebody a magazine without your information on it. Everybody knows that, right? We don't do this, but whenever we run out of labels, I love that, a lot of people put like a bright neon green label or a hot pink label, a yellow label, make something, stand out. So if you leave it at a doctor's office, it's going to stick out to you, because ours doesn't, I'll be honest with you. It just kind of blends in. So you want to, put labels on the front, on the back, label your the video inside, because you never know where somebody's going to tear that out and do that. So all your tools need to have your information on them, because that's like a big business card. And you wouldn't hand somebody a business card and go, oh, I forgot to put my name on it. Okay, forgot to put my number on it. Forgot to put my website on it. Lead capture pages. These are just another gift from the company. So it's your username, whatever your username is, .arealbreakthrough.com, and that sends people through a whole autoresponder campaign. So that's something that you can use on your, you can use it on your business cards. You can send people there. It puts them on an automatic responder. Some people like this, some people don't like it. I don't know. You need to at least know what it is. You need to check it out. Go send it to yourself. Has anyone sent this to yourself so you can see what it is? Awesome. I love that. So just do it to yourself and see, what you think about it. Some people will like it, some people won't, but it's a gift. So power of duplication, I already really talked about this. 2 a day, 10 a week, 40 a month. You get a team of 10, obviously you're, getting residual efforts. Team of 30, just 60 a day, 300 a week, 1,200 a month. Exposures, craziness, what will happen to your business. So that's powerful. 15,600 exposures in a year. Do you think your business will get bigger if that's happening? Yeah. Anyone? Yes. Okay, Nerium Blitz calls. They're every Wednesday. But did you know you don't have to wait till Wednesday? They have them every Wednesday. If you can count on it, it's a given every Wednesday. But you can also call the real lifeline and put somebody on a call any day of the week. So don't get a prospect on Saturday and go, oh, I got to wait till Wednesday to get them on the Blitz call. Because all of the Blitz calls are on the real lifeline. So if you have a person you talk to on Saturday, have them call the real lifeline and push 4 or 5 or whatever you choose to, whatever call. Again, that's something you guys need to know. You need to call the real lifeline yourself and find out what's on there. If I could give you $10,000 for, you could win $10,000 if you knew what all of the options were on the real lifeline. Could anyone do it? I couldn't do it either. Oh, stop. I know. I'll pay you later. So these Blitz calls are awesome. They're amazing. I think that some people, including myself, sometimes we get kind of, oh yeah, it's Wednesday. We're doing a Blitz. And you just take it for granted. But it really is, it's a gift. But I just want you guys to know that you don't have to wait till Wednesday. But you should utilize this every Wednesday because, we close our month or close our week on Wednesday. Wednesday to Wednesday. That's why they do it on Wednesday if you hadn't already figured that out. We also have a recruiting call for the Yeppers. So it's really cool to put a Yepper on the phone to listen to other Yeppers who are doing it. Because people look at my old butt and go, I can't do that because you're old. That's why you're good. But, it's hard for me. It would be hard for me to talk to my son's friend about coming into the business because he's not going to believe me. But now we have another gift that we have all the successful Yeppers in one place that we can put people on. But did you know you could call the real lifeline and listen to the Yepper call anytime you want? So it's in 2 places, just so you guys know. Okay. This is the end of my session here. But before I go, I want to play one more video for you guys. I've had so many amazing memories in the last 2.5 years. If I got a big notebook, I could probably fill it all up with the conversations I've had, the emails I've got, text messages, places I've traveled, the people I've got to know. But one thing that stands out to me was that I got asked to speak in the national conference in St. Louis. Renee Olson called me and said, Raelyn, I'd like you to share your story on stage in St. Louis. And of course, you don't tell Renee Olson no, right? So I was like, okay. And she talked for a little bit longer, and I hung up the phone, and about 60 seconds later, I called her back, and I said, did you mean that you wanted me to talk in front of like 15,000 people? And she said, yes. And I said, and did you mean like this St. Louis, like 8 days from now, St. Louis? So I had 8 days to prepare what I was going to say. And I think some of you might be surprised by my speech. Some of you may have heard it before, some of you were there. But I think it's important, even if you did hear it, to hear it again. And to know that everyone has a story. Everyone has struggles, everyone has challenges. Everyone has their own journey. And to not always be comparing yourself to others, because that's what I spent a lot of my first year in Nerium doing. Because I thought I would come into this, I thought I would be good. I thought when my husband joined me, you know, of course we would be better. And it didn't happen exactly the way that we had planned that it would happen. And I know that some of you are thinking the same thing, that, you know, my journey isn't what I expected. Maybe it's more, maybe it's less, I don't know. But I really want you to hear what I say in this video, that you need to, it's the journey that matters. It really, really is. It's everyone that you come in contact with. It's all the relationships that you're making. It's that you're getting better every day. That's what you need to be happy about. You need to be happy about, you need to celebrate the little things. Because all the little things will someday come together and be a big thing. And you'll get to walk across the stage and get a $50,000 check. And that's pretty dang cool. I thought y'all would look really scary, but y'all look really good. I'm just going to take this in for a second. From the moment that we joined Nerium, our goal has been to get on this stage. I'm not going to lie to you, this is not exactly how I pictured it. I pictured it with my amazing husband, Mike, standing next to me, and I pictured me holding a shiny $25,000 check. I mean a $50,000 check. Shortly after I joined, Nerium had their first conference in San Diego. And I came to my husband and I said, honey, I'd like to go to San Diego. And he said, you're nuts. You haven't made a dime yet, babe. So I went to San Diego. I wanted to see the culture of the company. I wanted to see the people that it was attracting, and I wanted to see if this was really for me. My favorite moment of the whole weekend was when all the NMDs came up on stage and they all held their checks. And I looked at all of them and I saw that there were different shapes and sizes and colors and backgrounds. And they had all succeeded at Nerium. And I started thinking, maybe I could succeed at Nerium. Sunday Fun Day was a pool party that year. I was sitting on a bench all by myself, looking around, taking it in, and Jeff Olson came and sat next to me. Nobody wants to cry when Jeff Olson sits next to them. Nobody has a cute cry face, right? So he said to me, Raelyn, do you know what the coolest part about this whole day is for me? He said, none of these people here by this pool have any idea what's about to happen to them. He said, Raelyn, do you know what's about to happen to you? And I said, no, I have no idea. I've only been a brand partner for 4 weeks. Well, I went home to Kansas City with my hair on fire. My husband had never seen me so excited before, and I knew that this was for me. I knew that this is what I had been waiting for. My husband was supportive of my decision to join Nerium, but he was supportive from the couch watching ESPN. Little did I know that he was listening out of one ear and doing a little bit of research on his own. I quickly earned my iPad, and I came to him a few weeks later and I said, babe, I just earned my Lexus. And he said to me, who told you that? Well, after we confirmed, and he looked in the bank account and confirmed that we actually did earn our Lexus, he decided to come to the first regional with me, and we have been a team ever since. He'll probably never know how much it means to me that he gave up his man card to come to sell face cream with me. He is my rock in life, and he's such a support to our team. I love you, honey. Now we share an office together with a dream board and a personal development library. Who knew? Our team was growing, and so were we. We quickly hit regional marketing director, and we were sure that we would be NMD by summer. Okay, maybe Long Beach. Okay, maybe Christmas. We were 1,000% sure that we would be NMDs by St. Louis. But that's not exactly how our story goes. We have been stuck at regional marketing director for over a year. Well, that's not a bad place to be stuck. It's certainly not some place we wanted to set up shop, though. We didn't want to be the poster children for regional marketing directors. We felt very frustrated at times, wondering what we could be doing differently. We went to the real results parties. We host market parties. We're on every call. Why were we not NMDs? Negative self-talk began to set in. We wondered if this was really for us. We wondered if we were worthy of this opportunity. We often called our mentors and our sponsors and asked for their advice, waiting for that one magic suggestion that would get us here on this stage. One day I called Renee Olson and I said, Renee, what am I doing wrong? And she said, Raelyn, you need to stop worrying about the number and care more about your people. She was right. Of course, we love, honor, cherish, adore our team. But our quest to get on this stage was taking focus away from our purpose. More importantly, our desire to reach this almighty stage was blinding us to all the blessings along the way. Do y'all realize that we get paid to work here? My birthday was a couple of weeks ago, and our son Connor gave me the nicest card I think I've ever received. It reminded me once again that it isn't about the rank or the title, but it's about the journey and all of the people that we touch along the way. Mom, words can't even begin to explain how big of an inspiration and a role model you have been to me throughout my life. Your drive and your passion to reach national National Marketing Director is incredible. and it inspires me to become all that I can be in whatever it is that I'm doing. If someone told me right now that I had to choose between the money that we've made and the people that we've become, I would give back our money, I'd give back the iPad, and I'd give back the sweet Lexus in a second. We are better people because of our journey. Right now, as I stand before you, it doesn't even matter what rank we are, because I know we're going to get there. And when we do, we're going to have a solid team. We're not going to have a solid team, we're going to have a solid family. So you see, guys, the magic doesn't happen on this stage. It happens on the way to the stage. May your journey be blessed. So true. So true. Today was part of my journey. I'm honored to be standing up here in front of you in this crazy outfit. It's really hot and sweaty. Thank you for listening to me. I hope that I gave you some inspiration. I hope I gave you a couple of challenges. I hope I gave you some things to think about. I hope I raised your belief a little bit. I hope something I said made you a little better today. I was so excited about today for a lot of reasons, but the fact that I get to share this day with my husband and with my friend Lance is so special to me. And I could say a lot of things about my husband, but I want to say that I said right there, he's never going to know what his support means to me. And now not only do I have a support in this girl thing that I was doing, but now it's our thing. It's our thing. And it has brought us together in some tough times. And I am so excited about our future. I'm so excited that you're by my side. I'm so excited for our team. I'm so excited for what we're going to leave our family. And I'm excited to introduce my husband, Mike Whitney.
Hear me? Hear me? Yep. I dare you to take me seriously. Well, you know, when Dennis Windsor was here just a month ago, Raelyn and I had the honor and privilege to get up and talk before he came up. And my comment then was, how do we follow, or how do we, yeah, we came up after Dennis, right? And then he came up later. How do we follow Dennis Windsor? Well, how do you follow that? I have these glasses on for a reason. I do cry. I don't like to admit that publicly, but you know, Nerium is a lot like marriage. I love my wife. By the way, sorry to all the guys that are married in the room, I have the best wife. She kicks ass. Sorry. I'm just going to say it. I feel like Hulk Hogan up here. I'm going to take off the clown suit. By the way, for those guys in the audience that wear mediums, these do stretch, so they'll be for sale in the back if you want to try them on. I'm going to leave that one. But no, seriously, I really believe Nerium is a lot like marriage. You know, it's a great company to be in, but there's ups and downs. You know, she's a great woman to be married to, but sometimes she clogs the garbage disposal, and I'm very angry about that because I have to spend my whole afternoon fixing it. Sometimes before the Lexus, before we had free maintenance, she'd run the car down to where there was no oil in the engine. The engine light had come on. Honey, what's wrong? I don't know. Well, you burnt up the engine. Now we got to get a new car. So, you know, those kinds of things. And Nerium's that way. You know, you hand out a sample bottle and you try to nail them down for a day to go